Hello, I'm CJ Wellerman. Don't forget to subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. There's an underreported trend taking place in the Muslim world today, and I'm talking about the migration of Muslims in the West to Turkey, a country that straddles two continents and sat at the center of the Islamic Caliphate known as the Ottoman Empire. In much the same way, more than 1 million Muslims fled the Balkans for Turkey at the start of the previous century. We're seeing hundreds of thousands of Muslims from Europe and America moving to Istanbul and other Turkish cities today in pursuit of a new life and to be closer to Islam. Muslims even have a word for this, hijrah, which means relocating from a non-Islamic place to an Islamic environment with the aim of practicing Islam more genuinely. But why Turkey? I mean, to be fair, plenty of Muslims from Western countries are also moving to Malaysia, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, but Turkey has become the most popular destination in recent years for three notable reasons: geography, economy and religiosity.
Look, Turkey's geographical location is right at the center of everything.
Yeah.
It's right at the center of Europe, Europe, Africa, and Asia, right? It's right in the middle. So part of it is ease of access, right? Part of it is Turkey has a decent economy. It's had an economic downturn as of late.
Yes.
But when you compare it to the other options, it's still quite attractive.
Okay.
In terms of the standard of living that's possible. And I think maybe we should have that discussion about how standards of living is perhaps, I think, decreasing in the West right now,
yes,
and is increasing in other places.
Right.
One of those is Turkey. And then the third factor is a more conservative life, right? And so it's the combination of those three.
Muslims who move from the West to Turkey see an opportunity to study Islam and deepen their understanding of their religion in this historically significant and sacred place, while being guided by scholars who have devoted their lives to Islamic scholarship. And unlike their home countries, Muslims who move to Turkey can hear the call to prayer no matter where they are inside the country.
I love how I can hear that call for the prayer. It makes me so calm and quiet, and it's so nice. It's just a nice feeling.
This is certainly one part of the allure. The other being the manner in which Islamophobia has reached terrifying heights in the Western world, where Muslims have been vilified as a civilizational threat and attacked by far-right mobs.
Smashed windows, cut off pig heads and death threats. Mosques across Europe have been facing all sorts of harassment as anti-Muslim sentiment appears to be growing. The Mesjid-i-Aqsa Mosque in Berlin is one of at least 8 mosques in Germany that have been attacked in the past month alone.
The United Kingdom recorded a 42% spike in anti-Muslim hate crimes last year, and the same story can be told about Germany, France and the United States. But it's not only street-level violence against Muslims and mosques, but also the way European governments have legalized Islamophobia, like Sweden, where desecrating the Quran is viewed as a noble act of free speech, or France, where the practice of Islam has essentially been criminalized. Watch this American Muslim family from Louisiana explain their experience living in Turkey.
We found that people are hospitable, very welcoming. It's a place where we can blend in, we can be ourselves. We also were looking for a place that we can find food, halal food. You have to constantly check your food in the US. I didn't want to have to do this every day.
And here they are again to explain the discrimination they faced as Muslims living and working in the United States.
One of the instances at work that I would never forget is my manager. He one time told me, literally, openly, that I need to go back to the desert where I came from and learn English. And that really affected me. So in the very, very recent years, since I've been living there for 20 years in the US, I noticed the phenomena of Islamophobia was on the rise. And if just the discrimination was targeting me, I was dealing with it throughout the years, but they even reached to my family.
But before we go on, we urgently need your help to counter injustices in the Muslim world, and we can't continue this effort without you. So please consider supporting my journalism at patreon.com/CJWerleman. Our program is made possible only because of the support we receive from our wonderful patrons. Please join them in helping me bring these stories to a wider audience. Thank you. Now back to our show. Muslims are converging from all over the world to Turkey, and particularly its international city, Istanbul. Arabs are escaping repressive regimes, which is why millions of Syrians, Iraqis, Egyptians, and Libyans have made Turkey home during the past decade. And to that end, no country has been more welcoming and generous to Middle Eastern refugees than Turkey. It has taken in 4 million refugees during the past 10 years alone. The country has also become a home for Uyghurs, who have fled China's genocide in Xinjiang.
In this orphanage and school in Turkey, more than 100 children study together, eat together, live together.
My name's Abdurrahman. My name is Absalam.
They are far from home.
Hello.
Their families torn apart. Because they are ethnic Uyghurs, a Muslim minority from Western China. Their families fleeing what they say is persecution in China for their faith.
But for Muslims in the West, there's a growing concern about the direction in which Western societies are heading. Many feel marginalized by right-wing political parties for simply being Muslim, but marginalized by left-wing parties for being too Muslim. These dynamics are leaving Muslims in the West looking for alternative places to raise their children.
Right. So I think there's two things. One is the war on terror, as I mentioned.
Okay. So security and
security,
right.
Prevent in the case of the UK.
Yeah.
What French Muslims are facing. So that's one. It's just sort of the overwhelming pressure that existed as Muslim minorities in the West. Right. And the second one, when you talk to people, especially anybody who's like over the age of, let's say, 27 or 30.
Yeah.
Even some of the younger guys I'll talk to, and they'll just say, I don't want to raise kids in the West anymore. They say, I don't think it's an appropriate environment to raise children in anymore.
Right.
As this writer here notes, Turkey has become a beacon of safety for persecuted people across the Muslim world. Uyghur refugees practice their faith freely. Young Saudis and Iranians dance the night away, and Arab activists displaced by the Arab Spring still raise their voices against the regimes they were forced to flee. And for Muslims in the West, Turkey simply offers a better life, which is what my friend Lauren Booth discovered when she moved to Istanbul 4 years ago.
Great mix of Islamic and Turkic culture. That's what's incredible to me as a European. I can feel at home here as a Muslim and at home as a European. So for me, it's like two sides of my life are matched, finally.
Now, Muslim haters who watch this show might be thinking to themselves, great, send all Muslims in Europe and America to Turkey, problem solved. But here's the thing. The migration of Muslims to Turkey is causing a significant brain drain in Western countries, which has the potential to cause a hugely negative effect on our economy and society at large. For instance, Muslims are not only one of the highest educated groups in the United States, but are also overrepresented in professional fields, such as healthcare. In fact, more than 15% of doctors in the state of Michigan are Muslim, even though Muslims represent only 3% of the state's population. Put simply, Western countries cannot afford to lose more doctors, nurses and school teachers, but they will lose them if they continue to treat Muslims as second-class citizens. This is the economic cost of Islamophobia. And this is why it's in the economic interest of non-Muslims to counter anti-Muslim discrimination. In other words, countering Islamophobia is an act of patriotism. Anyway, that's my time for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we kindly ask you please support our effort to expose and confront injustices in the Muslim world by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJWerleman. We can't produce, sustain and grow the show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning, wherever you are, and stay blessed.